Oh, Barbara, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. Happy to see you.
Good. Thank you. Same here.
Oh, Barbara, how are you? I think
Hello.
I think that's our YouTube
I'm good.
version.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Happy to see
Good.
you.
Thank you. Same here.
Oh, Barbara, how are you? Let me deal with
Hello.
that. I think that's our YouTube
I'm good.
version.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Happy to see
Good.
you.
Thank you. Same here.
Oh, Barbara, how are you? Let me deal
Hello.
with. All right. I think we fixed that. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. One of the things that we're doing, just we started this morning on some of our calls that we are streaming live to YouTube as well. So I want to welcome everybody to the call tonight. My name is Julius Weems, and I'm going to be your host and for this Think Energy overview called Save and Serve. It's a community energy affiliate program, and it is going to really be focused tonight on how to help churches and nonprofits leverage this program. One of the biggest things that I find, my background growing up in Baltimore, my mother was a pastor and supported our senior pastor. And then also, I have cousins and aunts and uncles. I have a lot of pastors in my family. So I saw all they did during their time serving the church. And so many times the goal was how to, either through additional offerings or additional giving, that is how the church met its mission. And that is still something that is super important. People, people in the congregation give. I just have always been trying to find ways that would allow organizations, nonprofits, churches to be able to easily increase their funding, to be able to do more, without having to ask for additional resources. So I actually, my background is actually, by education, I'm an industrial engineer. Actually went to Morgan State University. I did leave Morgan early to go, and I was recruited to design video games for Disney, and designed Monday Night Football, Indy Racing, and was blessed to be able to start my first company around the age of 21 as a chief technology officer with my cousin, and we built an incredible company in technology. So I've been in technology for, man, over 20 years now, and I've been an advisor to some of the top CIOs, chief information officers around the globe. And so my mother would have wished I was a pastor. I always used to tell her that I'm preaching. I'm just doing it inside of corporate America and helping people. And so about 10 years ago, I got introduced to this industry, and I really found something special because I realized that if you could take a commodity that people are going to use, and you can actually help organizations help their members, and that would be something special. That would be something that would actually make an impact. So tonight I'm going to share with you. This is going to be brief, but it's going to be really direct. I'm going to share with you a way that is something that is happening right now in the United States, that it will change how every organization chooses to either raise funds, do fundraising, but it will truly change the way we look at it. And I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So if you're here as a guest and you're here because someone invited you, or if you're here because you're a leader and someone shared this with you, I want to thank you for coming tonight. What I'm going to ask is that you give me a few minutes to show you something that has never existed before, something that has never been an option before for organizations, for leaders of organizations, and for pastors, and something that I believe over the next 10 years will change the way that organizations are able to impact their communities. And so the program is called Save and Serve. Our company is called Think Plus, and we are part of the Think Energy family. But Save and Serve was based on the idea that I just shared with you, is that how do we leverage things that are happening at the federal and state level to help and support our organizations. And so it's the largest savings for Americans on energy that we've seen in 30 years. This program has not existed until 2 years ago when it was passed with the Inflation Reduction Act at the White House. And we know that right now there's a dire need for people to be able to save on their energy costs. So who is Think Energy? We are a forward-thinking retail energy company making clean energy easy, affordable, and accessible for everyone. Today, we have 114 million residences or homes in the United States. Those homes are apartments and condos and townhomes and single-family homes and farms. And so of the 114 million, only about 15% can get some type of clean and affordable energy. So what that means is that we still have 85 millions and millions, hundreds of millions of homes and residences that will never be able to afford or receive clean energy for different reasons. And so how does this program work? We're going to talk today about save and serve, and I'm going to explain both sides of that for you. But the first part we're going to talk about is save. Members are able to save 5 to 25% on their energy bill for 20 years. It is unheard of. It has never happened before in US history. I'm so excited about it because it is something that we can use that is happening now, that our members within our congregation, within our religious organization, within our youth organization, within our schools, we can actually help them save for 20 years. And then them saving will be able to benefit the organization financially. And that is really the magic of I believe is the magic of this conversation that we're having today. So a little bit about the program. Community Solar was a federally funded program under the Inflation Reduction Act. And the core of it was this. It was to be able to allow people to get solar energy even if they did not have solar panels on their roof, or even if they didn't even have a roof. The Department of Energy predicted that they wanted to have 5 million homes on community solar by the end of 2025, but they want to increase that to almost 15 million. For every 5 million homes that actually take advantage of community solar, it'll save the country about $1 billion. So it is so important, and I'm going to share with you why this is so important and why it's happening, but it's so important because we know that if we can get renewable energy into the homes of everyday people, if we could get solar energy, wind power, and other renewable energy sources, it's going to benefit our families. It'll also benefit the climate. It also benefit the country in the future. So how did we become, how did Think Energy start? In 2021, we were given $100 million, or our CEO was given $100 million commitment from Oaktree Capital to build a best-in-class retail energy company. He acquired Think Energy because Think Energy, he acquired the name and the licenses. They had 19 licenses. And then he rebranded the company, rebuilt the leadership team, and he came in with a vengeance, realizing he had a mission that he wanted to accomplish, and he did that with that $100 million. Then in November, he actually started Think Smart, the beta app, and our beta app that I get to share with you tonight is going to be pretty exciting about how we merge technology and energy. And then we began to open community solar markets. We started with 2, and now today we're in 14. But tonight I'm going to get to share with you the details of why community solar is so important to you and to your members. But I can't share anything with you if we are not delivering value. I believe that if a company, if a business does not deliver value, there's really no conversation to be had. So we're going to talk about the value we deliver and why you as leaders in churches and nonprofits can be safe with Think Energy coming in your doors and to your members. The one thing we know is that every one of your members uses electricity. We don't have to guess. We don't have to wonder if you're in a nonprofit organization such as a youth program, a program that helps women. We're talking to programs like WIC. And so as we talk to programs, what we realize is that you can try all types of ways to increase your funding. You can, in churches and religious organizations, you can have additional donations for members. In nonprofits, you can have fundraising activities. And the thing is that even in those fundraising activities, everybody may not buy that thing. If it's selling Girl Scout cookies, if it's selling popcorn or pizza or wrapping paper for Christmas, but we know that every single person uses electricity. And we also know, when we ask this question, how many of those people want to reduce their electricity supply costs or even eliminate it, we know that's everyone. So we start with a conversation that we know will impact every person that lives in those 114 million units in the United States. So the savings that we're going to talk about is a 20-year savings. Now, I've never heard about a savings on electricity for 20 years. Someone came to me 18 months ago and shared this with me, and I had a million questions. I had a million questions because one, I hadn't heard of anything like it, and I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think it was going to be possible for me or anybody else to save on their energy consistently for 20 years. And then I looked at this program and I got to share, began to look deeper. And as an engineer and a very shrewd businessman, my whole focus was one, why would this work in my organization? Or why would it work in my home? And then why would it work for the people I know? And so number one is that there's no additional funding activities or requests from members anymore. So with this program, you're going to be bringing in consistent funding for different projects all year long. And it's money free. It's money free fundraising. So it does not require anybody to pay any more money or to give additional that they may not have. All members qualify and are protected. What I mean is that when I say qualify, everybody who's paying electricity in the markets we're in qualify for this program. And protected means that everything I share with you tonight does not have any type of termination fee or contract. So there's nothing that is locking people into anything where they can't leave. And everything that I share with you tonight is going to be free for every one of your members. Leaders are helping members, and by doing that, by helping the members, they're also helping the organization. The organization can see the impact immediately. Organizations, as soon as they begin to introduce their membership, they'll begin to receive bonuses within 1 to 2 weeks on Friday. And so each Friday, they'll receive those bonuses. You can invite your community to join. So educating the community around and with your organization. I'll talk about nonprofits for a moment. I used to run a nonprofit youth program, over 400 kids. And I remember I would go around to the local stores, the local community to raise money for the kids for different events. And when I did that, sometimes I would have success, sometimes I wouldn't, but I realized that we needed it for the kids in our organization. And so now what I could do is I could actually help my parents in the organization. And by doing that, it would actually help the organization every single week. So let's talk about how it works. The first thing I'm going to talk about is community solar. If you're writing notes, the first thing I want you to write is everything I share with you is free to enroll. So I want to make sure that's clear. And everything that I share with you does not have a termination fee. So if someone joins, it's free. And if they want to leave, there's no cost to do that. The first one I get to share with you is Community Solar. It's a state-sponsored clean energy program delivering up to 20 years of savings on residential and small commercial customers. So let's look at how it works, right? When you talk about the idea that somebody's going to get a 20-year savings, the details matter. So solar developers are working with the state and with federal in the Inflation Reduction Act. And those solar developers are building solar farms. You've probably driven by solar farms within your neighborhood, some of them on rooftops, some of them were on top of car pads, some of them on big office buildings. But those solar farms that are registered in the community solar program in each state, those solar panels are collecting energy every day. That energy is then transferred to the local grid. And I'll use Maryland, for example. In Maryland, it'll be BG&E and Pepco. That energy is put on the grid, and then we can subscribe and sign up to reserve a portion of that energy credit. Now, here's the interesting part about it. Those solar farms that are in that community solar program, they have to be full. And you say, well, Julius, why is this coming out now? Why do people know about this now? Well, what happened was those developers were building the solar farms, and then they had to fill them with customers. And they tried the traditional ways. They tried through door knocking and mailers and all these traditional ways we know, and they couldn't fill the solar farms. So our CEO said, look, we want to support the growth of this program. We're going to help the solar developers, excuse me, fill the full solar farms. We're then going to work to educate customers, because there's nothing for us to sell to your members. If you think about it, you're educating them, and now they're going to get a discount for 25 to 25% for 20 years. And imagine what would it do for your membership if they're able to save 5 to 25% on their energy bill every single month. In many organizations, they may be able to even give more. And so how does it work? Number one, it's free to enroll. Number two, It's a 5 to 25% discount on credits for up to 20 years. There's nothing to buy or install. There's no rooftop required, and even renters qualify. So also want to be clear, this is not, because folks have asked me many times, they say, well, Julius, you know, are you sure, sure I don't need a rooftop, right? Because they've heard of solar panels being put on someone's roof. No, we're talking about renters in apartment buildings and in condos and in townhomes and in places that you can't get solar panels on your roof or in your neighborhood. This program was built to help people that wouldn't, the 100 million people that didn't get access to clean energy. That is why the federal government did this. And so where are we at today? So today you can see the states that we're active in. These are states that have passed their laws to roll out their community solar program. You see where legislation is pending. These are states that are in the process of actually rolling out their programs. And then we see states that are coming up next. Here's what I'll tell you, this whole map will be activated and be ready to go for community solar in the coming years, because this program is literally not just a want, it's a need. Our demand on electricity and our electricity grid is becoming so major that it's something that we have to address. Number two is retail energy. Now, when we talk about retail energy, the difference between community solar and retail energy, I'm going to share with you this. Community solar is a state program that we're providing. We're a provider of this program. It is a guaranteed program. It is a guaranteed savings with it. Retail energy, our goal is this, is that how do we make sure that your prices are fixed? How do we make sure that you don't have surprises and your costs are predictable? So our retail energy product does this. It makes sure every member in your congregation does not have surprises. If you're in a church, if you're in an organization, it makes sure every member that you have knows what their energy costs are going to be, because many energy utilities have already announced their increases coming in the coming months, especially as we go from summer, the incredible highs of heat we've had in the summer, to the lows that we'll have in the winter. And so the energy deregulation makes this possible. Old energy monopolies are broken up. In many states, customers can choose, but they have the same utility company, the same billing, and there's no disruption to their service. The service map here is, you can see the states that we're currently open in. You'll see the rest of the country open, over 40 million potential customers today, and then we'll have many more coming soon. Now, as far as our products, we have a series of different products, and I'm going to keep it really simple for you, is that every member in your organization will get clean energy, budget-friendly practices, and they will get a $100 gift card with many of our products in the different markets. But one of the things I'll let you know is that we are truly here to make an impact globally on the planet as we help really fight the need for clean energy. So we've partnered with One Tribe, and One Tribe focuses on conservation projects around the globe in different forests. And you can see where they're working today with us. We plant 50 trees. We protect 50 trees for every new customer that comes into the company. We've now protected over 4 million trees here at Think Plus and Think Energy. Here's the $100 gift card that we're excited to be able to give customers. We tried this initially as just something that we would see would be valuable, and we realized people really enjoyed it. So we continue to say, hey, look, once a customer is with us for 6 months, we're going to give them a $100 gift card for being a good customer. Now you wonder, well, Julius, people always are afraid of change. And one of the things that I shared was that you'll be with the same utility company, you'll have the same billing, there's no disruption to your service. So you'll get your same utility bill. On that bill, you'll see Think Energy with our retail energy program. And then with that program, you'll just see your fixed price. Again, we do not have variable prices. Many years ago, many people began to change their energy companies. They had a terrible experience because once the energy company couldn't keep the price fixed, it became variable. I mean, that price changed all the time, sometimes multiple times a day. Well, what we realized was that we want to make sure that every price that we have is fixed, so you can understand what program you're in, you can know what the price is going to be, and there won't be any surprises for you. So then we have our free energy club. And what our free energy club says is this. The free energy club is something that we rolled out that I think everybody should take advantage of, because We all know somebody that wants to save on the energy. So our referral program empowers our customers to earn rebates every month. Those rebates can come in the form of cash or in the form of gift cards. Now, these rebates are not a taxable event. You can't be taxed on it. It's not seen as income. These are gifts. So when you refer 3 customers, we're going to give you 10% of your energy bill back every single month. Now imagine this, you get 10% of your bill back every single month just for referring 3 people. When you refer 10 people, we're going to give you 40% of your energy supply back every single month. And then when you refer 20 customers, your members are going to get 100% of their energy supply back every month up to $2,000. Now, when I look at this program, I get excited more because I remember, and my mother had a small church. And I remember I said, man, one of the biggest requests was really around rent support and energy, electric bill support. And when I looked at that and I really began to look at the need that was out there, I wish we had a program like this, because people that may not have been able to give more to the church but needed help could actually help people save and also help themselves. And I think that is the biggest part of this program. That is why I believe that what we found here with Think is so powerful. But there's a reason why all this is happening, and I don't want to jump past that, because right now we've all seen our energy bills increase over the last 3 years. We've just seen them increase, and it's publicized that they're going to go up higher over the next 3 years. So many factors are controlling that. One is we are in a massive transition to renewable energy because of our demand on energy. And our demand is so large with new technologies such as electric vehicles. The computers that run artificial intelligence are going to use 10 to 20 times more energy than our computers within companies today. And then global instability, wars that we're fighting around the world, are impacting our ability to import oil and also import petroleum as well. So the goal is that we have to shift to renewable energy. It is not an option for us as a country. This is just one step in that direction. So that is the customer part of this program. The save part is for members, it's for organizations. And so if you're an organization or you're a church, what you're going to do, your members would join and they would get all those benefits. And now I'm going to show you what would happen within your organization by helping your members. So one of the things that I like to do is that when an organization signs up, and I have church here, but that can be a church, a nonprofit, that can be a youth program. When you sign up, we're going to sign up the organization, and then we're going to educate the members on the program. They'll see a presentation like this. We'll answer their questions. But let's just say an organization has 100 members, and those 100 members sign up to save. And on average, on the right side, you see Community Solar. Community Solar pays between $60 and $120 for a member signing up, depending on the market, the state that they're in. And then $20 for retail electricity customers. So an organization with 100 members would make $10,000 just for helping their members. We would roll out the program with you. We would help you set it up. And by helping your members, you would continue to be able to, not only you would get $10,000 one time, but then there would be a residual on their usage every month. But if you have a church with 100 members and they just help 3 people in their family. So for example, if one of your members has a brother, sister, aunt, uncle that wants to save as well, they can come and save under the community energy program for your church as well. And that would be $30,000 to the organization, and it would be monthly residual as well. And then 100 members that go out and not only help their family members, but maybe 1 or 2 members in the community, because many times we're in communities where we want to give back. Well, we can help families save immediately. And now we're supporting those families. And now we're looking at $50,000 into the organization with no fiscal money transferred. But let's jump into detail more to just share what it looks like, okay? And so here, this is for electricity customers. So you enroll 100 retail electricity customers, it's $20. That would be $2,000 to the organization. When the organization hit 20 customers, they would get an additional $200. That would be $2,200 in one-time fees. And then based on the amount of energy that the members are using in their homes or their small businesses, it would be between $100 and $7,200 a month in residual income. That's something that will come every single month, as long as the members are paying for electricity. Now, on community solar and electricity, let's just say you have 100 members that sign up for retail electricity and community solar. So they're signing up for the fixed price energy and the guaranteed savings. That would be $100. Like we said, that'd be $10,000. When they hit 200 customers, that's an additional $700. And then that would be $100 to $7,200 every single month for the organization. Now, with 1,000 members, and remember, these don't have to be members inside the organization. These can be people that are supporting the organization, other organizations that are connected. 1,000 members at $20 per electricity customer. Once they hit the milestone of 500, they would get an additional $1,700. That would be $21,000 just on electric customers, and then $1,000 to $7,200 a month. And the last one is 1,000 members that enroll in energy and community solar. That'll be $100,000 at $100 per customer, $102,000 and $700, and then $1,072,000 a month. Now, you look at this and you look at the idea of what this could be. Remember this is that there's no contract, no termination fee. And we have churches that we're working with. It's really been exciting to see, just by educating members. What gets more exciting is how this program continues to give back into an organization. And so let me just share with you where we're going, because some of you may have organizations in, for example, Maryland, but you may have relationships with people in New York, New Jersey, other organizations around the country. You can actually partner with organizations and connect them to yours. And you can continue to grow this, and you can continue to have funds come into the church, into the organization every single month, month after month after month. And so we're continuing to grow. This whole map will be green over the next 12 to 24 months. And then we'll have all 50 states rolled out, and we're excited about that. But let's talk about, what does it mean to get started for your organization? It is a one-time fee of $59. We're not trying to create some crazy cost to get started. We want to help organizations. So it's $59 for the year. There is no monthly fee. Then it's $149 a month for renewal. And so what happens, the church or the nonprofit will get their own site. Their name would be on that site. Also, they would have a back office where they could see every customer that gets enrolled for the church. They'll be able to see the income that comes in from the program. They'll be able to communicate out to the organization. This is probably my best part. When an organization has a meeting and says, we've helped 500 people save on their energy bill for the next 20 years. Those are the magical moments with this program. That is why I realize how powerful it is. Or we can say we've helped, 35 families get free electricity. Or we've helped 100 seniors, be able to get free electricity with our free energy club. Those are the kind of things that are incredible. And also, we've raised $100,000 by helping people. That is what Save and Serve is about. That is what this program is about. And Think Plus makes it possible with community solar and retail energy and fixed prices in the free energy club. And so once an organization gets signed up, their website's available, we get them going, and then we step into the launch. And we work with them to launch. They will be able to have custom flyers. They will have flyers with the church's information on it, church's website. And we have a new program called Copilot that will give the organization an 800 number. So if any of the members have questions, need help, they can call that number, and it will be specifically for your organization. And so you do not have to worry about answering the hard questions. The organization can actually literally roll it out. and have access to somebody to answer questions specifically for their organization as they grow. And so thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. My name is Julius Weems. We are here every single Monday night at 7 p.m. to talk about the Save and Serve program. But what I want to do is go over some basic questions that typically come up after we've rolled out a few churches and organizations. Number one is always is to sign up the organization, is it $59 or $59 a month? Is there a monthly recurring fee for the websites? And the answer is no. There's no additional fees outside of the $59 sign up and the $149 annual renewal. There are no additional charges for the organization. The second thing is that I always like to state that by signing up one member under the program, the church would actually make $100. So the $59 would be replaced fairly quickly. The other question is that again, people always ask, is there a termination fee? Or are there any hidden fees for customers or members? There aren't any. If someone wants to leave, all they would do is contact Think Energy and we would transition them back to their utility. And that is not, there's no charge or penalty for that. Also, if someone, so one of the questions is when people are, if they have a problem with their lights, if their lights go out, who do they call? Well, here's the thing, they're gonna call their utility, just like they do today. Remember, there's no changes to your utility company. You're with the same utility company and you're doing the same exact thing. And so you should not have any challenge. There's no challenges there. You do the same thing you did yesterday. And so those are just some of the questions when I've talked to different congregations and church leaders and nonprofit leaders. We really try to lay out detail for them. But I want to open up for any questions. If you have a question, you can put it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and go ahead and ask it. And I'm happy to answer it for you.
Hi, Julius.
Hey, Coach.
Sorry about the echo. I got that off. Okay. I have a couple small churches and their question is how is that income handled on a tax level?
Okay, so on a tax level for a church or nonprofit, or because remember, you don't need to be a nonprofit to join the program, right? But if you are if you're a 501c3, they're going to get a 1099, and that 1099, they will work with their accountant, and they would use a fund for whatever they would use inside the organization, and it would operate. Those funds would be used similar to. They would just have to allocate it appropriately in their taxes, and they should be fine. There's no.
Sorry, hold on.
So there's no difference there.
Could you repeat the last part of that? You cut out. I'm gonna put you back on my computer and take you off my phone volume so I can hear you correctly. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Okay, go ahead.
So from a tax standpoint, at the end of the year, they're gonna get 1099-C from Think Energy. Do their W-9. When they get their first payments, they would put in there that they are a tax exempt organization, and they would submit, and then we would submit at the end of the year to them their 1099, and based on how they filled out their W-9 form. So it would be, that's how it would be dealt with. It would be a 1099 at the end of the year.
Right.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Sorry. Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, my pleasure. Any other questions? All right. Well, what we'll do is that this recording will be recorded and we'll repost, but also every Monday night, we will be back here at 7 o'clock. We invite everybody to bring church leaders, nonprofit leaders. I do believe that this is truly a great way to help organizations long term that are doing so much work in our communities. We know that after the pandemic, giving has been down, and many organizations have not been able to come back from that. So use this program as a tool to help people to both save and also to serve the work that many organizations are doing. So thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you all next Monday, and have a blessed rest of your week.